your former coach, hanging it up. Were you surprised?
I wasn't that surprised. I talked to him a lot throughout the way, and when the cyst started to get worse, we talked about it a lot, and it was even something that we prayed about and encouraged him with, and he got a lot of people's opinions, but family is so important to him, and so he wanted to be able to not make this worse by the stress of the job. And some people say, well, why don't you just, take it easy and not coach as hard and not be as intense? Well, that's not coach. That's not him. If he's in it, he's all the way. And so for him, it was, he believes it was the right thing. I believe it was the right thing for him. We talked a couple hours 2 days ago about it, and, he's doing the right thing for his family.
I'm sincerely not putting you on the spot when I ask you this question, but I'm dying to know because people that have been close, we listen to Kirk Herbstreit. I happen to know Chris Carter used to work here very well, along with various others that are close to Urban Meyer. And the people who are close to him, who love him, talked about fights they've had to have with him to convince him to walk away from the game because they were that concerned about his health. So we're hearing you here talking about the conversations that you had with him. Were you one of those people that was looking at him and saying, Coach, you might need to hang this up at least for the time being because you were worried about his health?
I want him to do what is best for him. And I know that coaching has been such a big part of his life, so I also know that his heart is in that as well. It's his family, his kids, his grandkids, everything.
Well, were you worried about that health?
Of course I was. I've been worried about his health since 2009, since the season when I saw him deteriorating every single week. And, he was taking the stress of the job into every single game and during the weeks. And I would go into his lunch office and I would say, hey, Coach, eat. And I'm sitting with you, so you will eat while I eat. So we eat lunch together. And we did that for a year because I wanted him to eat. And I would bring him smoothies so that he would drink because his health is something that matters so much to me and so many people, including his family. And his family is relieved right now with this, to be able to just be out of the spotlight and to be able to hang as a family and to just be able to kind of regroup after everything. And the season has obviously been full of a lot of highs and lows. And to be able to kind of finish it on a high note and not lose to Michigan and win another conference championship and to walk away. Obviously, it's not as good as if they're in the playoff, but for him, it was something that he really prayed a lot about. He thought through, he talked to people, and he felt like it was the right thing to do.
Yeah, and he said he tried to delegate, but it didn't work for him. That style, they didn't have the same success. It's just not who he is. He's going to be all in.
He's tried for so long, and he's got great assistant coaches, and and one of the things that he really does believe in is Ryan Day. He believes that Ryan Day will be a big-time coach, and that's why he feels good about being able to hand the reins over to someone that will take it and not be able to kind of fumble with it.
Go ahead, Max.
Tim, that's a moving story, actually, you making sure Coach ate. Our next guest, Teddy Atlas, actually did the same thing for me at one point in my life, and it really is meaningful when you have friends like that and you can see the seriousness and the closeness of the relationship. And people close to Urban Meyer have come out, former players of his and acquaintances and friends and associates, close associates, and have talked about the fact that he's ailing. Right? And so the media is a little circumspect in terms of the way we've discussed, is he really gone for good? Because on the other hand, we had a lot of people in the media speculating when the controversy hit this year with Ohio State that Urban Meyer and Ohio State would be parting ways at the end of this season. So lo and behold, it happens. And so there's some cynicism about how much is it really his health and why is that so coincidental in terms of everyone's predictions that they'd be parting ways anyway because of the controversy. One of the things that makes you great on the air is you shoot straight. So I guess I am putting you on the spot. How would you reconcile those two things? This was what everyone predicted, and now all his friends and associates are coming out saying, hey, he's really ailing.
Well, I feel like I can speak with some pretty good credibility to that because I've been extremely close with Coach Meyer for the last 15 years, and he's been a father figure and a friend to me, and he spent hours with me, days and days and days in hospitals. He's been on mission trips with me. We've been doing all sorts of things besides just football. And so I know him very well. I knew he was sick in 2009, and when he passed out after we lost to Alabama and was rushed to the hospital. I know this year when the cyst got worse after 2014 surgery, and how much he's pulled in so many different directions. And so people, the media they're always going to look at something as, well, that's half empty. For the most part, that's what they do. But for me, who cares what they're saying? Who cares what is right for you, coach, and what is right for your future, what is right for your health, what is right for your family? And I think that he would love to coach. He loves coaching. He loves winning. He loves competing. He loves pushing himself to the next level. But he also loves his family. And so it's giving up one thing that you love for something that you love more, and that's his family.